Hi. In the previous lecture, in the beginning of previous lecture, we assumed any distribution as normal distribution. But there are certain validations which we can make use of to understand or make sure that assumption is safe enough. So those evaluation parameters is what I'm going to explain in this particular video. There are two different ways in which we can validate whether my assumption is safe or not. One is visualization method. So this visualization method is as simple as an histogram. It can be an histogram method where we can visualize it, or it can be QQ plots. It's a kind of plots using which we can make sure our data is normal enough. The second method is quantitative method. So an example for quantitative method, we will be plotting two different values. So the quantitative methods are skewness and kurtosis. Okay. So first let me explain what is skewness. A skewness is defined as the measurement of how much my data is towards a particular site. For example, assume this is going to be our distribution curve. And this is going to be starting position, say 0 axis, and my distribution curve is going to be in this manner. So this, what it say is most of my data is towards the positive axis of the data, towards the increasing trend. So this kind of data distribution in which the data is not perfect bell curve, instead it is skewed towards right. This is called as positive skewed data. And there is a formula for measuring this skewness. That formula, if the output is going to be somewhere in the positive range, say 1.5 or something, if it is greater than 0, then we will purely term it as positive skew. The more the value is towards 0, then the curve is normal. Okay, so this is the understanding about the positive skewed data. Okay. To understand negatively skewed data, it is just the direct opposite. Say my data is starts with 0 and my distribution is more skewed towards the left side of the axis, then this kind of data we will call it as negative skewed distribution. And the value numerical representation, the output of the skewness formula will be less than 0. So whenever the data is less than 0, if it is going to be say minus 1.5 something, then we can safely assume my distribution is not normal and it is more negatively skewed. Okay, so this represents the shape of distribution. And the second parameter, kurtosis, so again this is going to be a visual representation as well as there is going to be a quantitative value. The visual representation for kurtosis is going to represent my height of my distribution. Say my normal distribution is going to be have a kurtosis of height 3. So my kurtosis is basically going to give me a value which can be treated as an height for a particular distribution. If my value is 3, then I can treat it as normal distribution, and if my value is too flat enough, that means the height or the kurtosis value is very little. Say it is somewhere around 0.5 or something. So this is not normally distributed. So this is one measurement using which we can understand my data is not nowhere it is near to normal distribution. Or it can be a direct opposite. My distribution can be too vertical and my kurtosis might skyrocket more than the value of 3. So this also says the data is normally distributed. So these shapes can be represented by some statistical names. So this we will call it as platykurtic. So this is just a name referred to the kind of curve. This is platykurtic. This is mesokurtic, and the height of this platykurtic, mesokurtic, and this is leptokurtic. Yeah. So these are the different statistical names for the height of graph. The kurtosis function is going to give us the height value as well. So we'll again see the measurement of this in the next code example. How to calculate these numerical values is just a simple function call it will be. And there is also one more method I have measured. Histogram, we have actually seen it in the beginning of the notes in the description. So it is going to just represent the count value or frequency of each and every value in a bar graph format, we can assume. So that is going to represent the histogram function. Next, other one is the QQ plot. So what QQ plot does is, for every value we have in our data, that the PDF values are converted into a different scale, and such that it gets plotted in a vertical straight line at an angle of 45 degrees. So we will try and convert it into a straight line function, but the actual values will be somewhere around, or it will try to deviate based on the data that is actually present. So the more and more our calculated points are on the same straight vertical line along the 45-degree axis, then we can assume the data is normally distributed. If the plotted points are further away from the 45 degrees, then our data is not normally distributed. So this QQ plot helps in visualizing the PDF values, the probability density function values, as a function of Q values, which is the normalization task it does. And based on the plot and the deviation, we can assume whether the data is normal or not. So this graph also we will plot it and see in the next code example.